Hello, Blue Jays fans, and welcome to another edition of Jays Latest. I am your host, Craig Borden. We're here to talk all things Toronto Blue Jays baseball, rumors, winning streaks, all the above. So make sure you hit those like, share, and subscribe buttons so that we can obviously get to more Blue Jays fans. And let's talk and step up to the plate here and see where we're going because we have all things to all-star games, trade potential, win streaks, everything to talk about today. So let's talk the other part really quick first. Let's talk trade rumors as we get going on this whole thing because we might have just faced somebody that is actually going to be a good free tradable asset for the Los Angeles Angels in yesterday's game as Tyler Anderson throws 5 innings against us yesterday, 8 hits against a very good Blue Jays lineup. 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and gives up the 1 home run, as I mentioned, to Bo Bichette. But, anyways, on that note, Tyler Anderson has been a really good pitcher. And it's one of those things that stands to good question is he's going to be free. He's 35 years old. He wants to probably win the damn World Series. He's not going to get to do that with the Angels this season, it appears. He's done really well this season outside of one good game, one bad game against the Baltimore Orioles. He's been a stable arm throughout his career. He's got a 4.26 ERA in over 1,200 innings in Major League Baseball. And that's 215 starts as well. So it's not like you're getting a slouch. You're getting somebody that would be doing really well. Was an all-star last season for the Los Angeles Angels. Anderson could be a very tradable asset for the near future here and could be one of those pieces that just actually helps the Toronto Blue Jays. It's just something about that set screams to me that if you need that extra arm, he would be in the ballpark of cheap-ish, along with, obviously going to be able to help this Major League Baseball team win some ball games. Um, Starting pitching is still going to be where it's at. Our competitors are going to be looking for starting pitching as well. At a minimum, they need to be doing something with a player like Ty Anderson, who has a chance if he's on a team that can hit some baseballs, come out with some more W's, keep them in the game. It'd be a good move to find somebody at least. I know it's not the flashiest of names, but like I said, Tyler Anderson could spell fifth, fourth starter for this team, especially if somebody, God forbid, knock on desk, gets hurt or something like that. Having the depth of somebody like Tyler Anderson would be very welcome. Eats innings, keeps it in the ballpark. So that would be the first piece that we were going to talk about today. But we also have some fun we get to talk about with All Stars. The Blue Jays are not only going to have Alejandro Kirk joining the All Star roster, but Trey Savage, the monster young prospect, has been setting the world on fire, and he's going to make it to the Futures game. So he will also be in Atlanta. But on that note, let's talk Alejandro Kirk because right now he's probably the second best catcher in Major League Baseball. Um, Batting 300, 301 to be precise, 7 home runs, 41 RBIs, 23 runs scored. And that is not to talk even about the defensive runs saved, the fact that he actually does throw out base runners, all the above. Kirky has been nothing short of an all-star, and I'm so happy that he actually got rewarded to be the Blue Jays representative along with Vlad Jr. and obviously get a chance to show off at the All-Star game what he can do. I hope he has a great time next week when they go. I really do because I think it's gonna be well deserved and fun. Meanwhile, I mentioned Trey Savage. He has been having a monster first season in the minor leagues, 5-1 record. He's got 3.19 ERA. This is through 3 different levels right now. He's just under 70 pitches. He mowed through both A levels, and he is just finally running into a little bit of a challenge in New Hampshire. He's only got a couple of starts under his belt for 17 innings so far, 5 starts. It's got a 6.35 ERA at that level, but it was mostly in his first start. hopefully he starts ironing that out because obviously the talent is there, but I'd rather have him, as I mentioned on the show a few times, run into those challenges at the minor league level rather than just getting blasted at the majors. It will go great for his development and allow him to turn into the player that I think we all know he can be. So good stuff. Let's talk the game yesterday, though, because the Blue Jays squeak out another win, take another series. So that's back to back series sweeps against the Angels yesterday, and obviously the Yankees right before that. 8 wins in a row. And those 8 wins in a row obviously are helping the Toronto Blue Jays climb these standings now 3 games ahead, doing really cool things and being one of the most exciting Toronto Blue Jays teams that we've seen in a long time. This game started off with a Mike Trout home run off of Kevin Gossman to get the scoring going, and then the Blue Jays come back in the fourth inning. Bo Bichette leading the charge, and he just. The crazier thing is after this, it was right after he made an error in the field where he went to go do the transfer to go to start a double play. The ball kind of just popped out and fizzled. They had a nice double play with the bases loaded. That was a home plate first base double play to end that inning and get out of it. And then Bo Bichette goes, "Well, you all picked me up. Time for me to pick you up." And he gets a solo home run, his 12th of the season. And it was a no doubter, destroys this thing. It's like he was just waiting for it to tee up. Joey Loperfido, a few batters later, drives in his first RBI and his first hit of the major league season for him as he just got called up to start yesterday. And I just love that he came up. He's been having such a great, season in Buffalo. He figured he was going to be the odd man out all season and was never really going to get a chance to come up, showing what he can do right off the bat. Um, as this game went back and forth, Taylor Ward in the sixth or fifth inning gets it to come back a little bit for the Toronto Blue Jays to lose the lead, 2-2, and then Davis Schneider has been captain clutch of late. Singles in a run in the sixth inning, puts the Blue Jays up 3-2, and that is where the score would stay. Um, Gossman looked like Gossman. That was the other beautiful thing with this game yesterday, as they win their, like I said, 8th win in a row. Kevin Gossman 5 2/3, just over 100 pitches, and that was his most pitches yesterday in his major league season. So 107 pitches for Goss yesterday, 71 of those strikes, 5 2/3, 7 hits scattered, 2 earned runs, and then he was just under his season high in strikeouts as well with 9. 10 was earlier in the season. Then the bullpen, wow, that's all I gotta say. Eating up the rest of that. Ryan Burr just also returned from the injured list, throws 4 outs, 3 strikeouts, by the way. Just saying. And then Brandon Little, continuing to Brandon Little things. Um, very great outing for him. Gets a 16th hold of the season. And then Jeff Hoffman comes in, picks up his 22nd save of the year. So everything's starting to fall into place in that bullpen. And if we can keep them rested, that was exactly why Ryan Burr. I felt so bad that Lazaro Estrada got sent down, but I get it. He was there to band aid some of the innings together with a 16 game in a row streak for the Blue Jays here, which ends on Thursday this week. So, been a little bit of a craze. So, but let's talk into that. The Blue Jays are going to be heading to the south side of Chicago to take on the White Sox, hopefully looking for a little bit of revenge after the White Sox took a series win, and that's the only little ding on our month of June. Um, it's going to be Jose Barrios versus Sean Burke. Sean Burke has been having a great season for the Chicago White Sox. 4.03 ERA, but in his last 7 games, it's a 3.23. And he has not allowed more than 1 run in his last 3 starts, and that's including the Los Angeles Dodgers, St. Louis Cardinals, and the Arizona Diamondbacks. So he's been facing great teams and having a good outing every time. Blue Jays might be up against a challenge, but he was only picking up one because it's the White Sox, only 1 win in those 3 outings. Um, On the other side of that, Jose Barrios will be pitching, and Barrios is fresh off of a start against the New York Yankees in which he allowed 6 earned runs, and the Blue Jays came back and won that game. He was on a hell of a streak of not even allowing runs 2 starts before that. Um, so Barrios hopefully comes back and just takes down the White Sox here, gets us, like I said, in a little bit of a revenge column with that one because it feels like it just needs to happen, and we'll go from there. But that is the week. Not nobody's obviously faced the wonderful Sean Burke on our lineup yet. Not a lot to talk about for the Southsiders to talk about how they face Jose Barrios. Oddly, former Blue Jay Ryan Noda has one home run against Jose Barrios. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Make sure you come in every day. We'll talk all things Toronto Blue Jays and trade rumors and what news is going on, and we will go from there. We hope you have a great day. Cheers.